Hi Capricorn, welcome to your November 2018 Tarot and Astrology reading. Thank you for all your likes and subscriptions. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. So Capricorn, main themes for this November for you are all to do with joining the Sagittarius energy and the Libra energy of Venus, because Libra is your career sector. Now, we talked a lot about that last month, but it's going to be retrograding for the first 2 weeks in your career sector, so it's not the prime time to have conversations about money. As far as money concerns, you're better maybe putting a bit of a break on spending and not dealing with large sums of money, I guess. It's not the opportune time to do so. And then Mercury is going to be retrograding on the 17th when Venus goes direct in that sector, which means your communications is going to have a slight delay on it too. Judgment just came out there. Oh, what's it with? The Six of Cups. Ooh, Capricorn. Okay, so we're dealing with some sort of past energy coming out too. I'm going to put those there for a second and get back to it and keep going with the astrology because I just need to get a few things out and about. Mercury retrograding in your 12th house energy symbolizes the subconscious, the psychological, the hidden behind the meaning. You know, hidden meanings, hidden relationships, hidden subconscious desires and dreams. And we're also going to be having Jupiter move to that sector. So while Jupiter gets into Sagittarius, its start isn't exactly smooth because of this Mercury retrograde in that sector. However, Jupiter on this side of the sky for you is quite interesting in that it will add a lot of clarity to who you are as a person. It's actually going to be a very good year to get to know yourself, Capricorn. And interestingly enough, with Judgment and the Six of Cups as two cards that came out, I do feel a lot of it is to do with your past relationships, but a lot of them being friendships and how your patterns of friendships have emerged and how they influence your life as a whole. Because Venus was retrograding in Scorpio, which for you was your energy of friendships and social circles, etc. And we have a new moon there. So there's this clash between the old and the new, which Judgment and the Six of Cups is very much speaking to. Judgment is about clearing the air, and the Six of Cups is the return. So a lot of past relationships may resurface. They don't have to be romantic. I do feel in particular these could be past colleagues, past friendships, and more to do with the social aspect of your life. I mean, Capricorn is quite commonly known as a climber in social circles. They like to be friends with influential people and people who know other people, you know, like climbing up in the career ladder, etc. Could be a few old connections emerge there that could be beneficial to you. But there could be conflict as well. Okay. So let's see what else we have for Capricorn. There could be some sort of a clash with a friend. Not seeing eye to eye exactly. And it could be somebody that you go back a long time with. Eight of Cups. Six of Pentacles. King of Pentacles. The Lovers is challenging you, and the outcome is the Seven of Wands. I do sense some sort of confrontational energy, Capricorn, but it's nothing major. There's a lot of other things going on too. What's underneath? Ooh, Devil. Wow. This is you, Capricorn. This is your I get the impression, Capricorn, something this month is going to rub you up the wrong way. Now, this could be very much to do with your career because we have Pentacles energy. King of Pentacles is sitting on his throne quite content, but something is irking him, and I do sense it could be some sort of jealousy issue. I get the impression maybe someone in your life is either dating somebody you don't particularly like, or maybe, you know, this could flip around. Maybe your friends don't like the person that you're dating. There seems to be a relationship that's irking you, and I sort of sense it could be actually with Judgment and the Six of Cups to do with an ex. Maybe maybe you find out an ex is dating somebody and it makes you uncomfortable or more annoyed than you would like to be. Because there seems to be, with the Seven of Wands, a need to defend one's position on things. So you could very well have a friend who's dating someone you don't agree with. They might not agree with yours. Or you could feel like your partner, because the Lovers is in the Challenge, you could feel a little bit like your partner is maybe being a bit flirtatious. Or is maybe being a little bit possessive or jealous. There just seems to be something. Now bear in mind we're in Scorpio season, and a lot of the time the challenge within Scorpio relationships is to an extent jealousy. It is quite common, but it's also more to do with the sense of losing out on something rather than, you know, it being envy. I think there's a lot of confusion. I do see on your side with the King of Pentacles here, there's a lot of green, so I'm sort of drawn towards envy and jealousy as two separate emotions, you know. Envy is wanting something you don't have of another person, and jealousy is being afraid of losing a person or having that threatened. So I'm sensing both. You could be dealing with another earth sign because of the King of Pentacles here. But there's a need to address where you're coming from, or what your true motives are, or what their true motives are, because a lot of this seems to be below the surface and have maybe a different meaning than you expect it to. You know, be sure of your own intentions and your own motives. That's the thing about 12th house retrogrades as well. Venus retrograding in your 12th house, you may discover feelings you did not know you had. Oh no, Venus isn't retrograding in your 12th house. What was in your 12th house? The Sagittarius, Mercury, yes. But Venus in your career sector. Okay, so that's more to do about your honors. That also makes sense, because your honor may be challenged, and that may be what's causing confusion. This could be jealousy in the workplace. So I am sort of seeing that there is a subconscious pattern here. And I do think it maybe emerges mid-monthly. And it is because of Mercury. Bear in mind when Mercury goes retrograde, communications aren't great. So there could be misunderstandings that could be sidestepped by taking a different perspective. You know, you don't need to know all the facts of everyone else's situation, but just be sure that you're going into these, if it's a confrontation that you're going into, make sure that you have all the facts yourself. Yeah, it could be legal with justice here. You may have to have a, you may have to explain your side of a story at work. Okay, 3 of Swords. 9 of Swords. Yeah, there seems to be, the 10 of Swords. There's something that's getting at you, Capricorn, really. What is it? There really seems to be something that is quite, something comes out this month, I think, that makes you feel a little bit challenged. Now, the 4 of Wands is underneath, so that's a beautiful omen, so stick with me. But the 10 of Swords, I can't help but feel like 10s in general have been following Capricorns around for quite a while, and it is your Saturn return, so it is a lot to do with learning lessons. But some love affair, some love relationship is giving you anxiety. Now, the 3 of Swords is in the positive position. So I wonder with the King of Pentacles there, is it you that has another option other than who you're currently seeing? Or is it that possibly a heartbreak that you've recently gone through is actually in your favor? Now, this could also be disappointment in the workforce. Now, this is because of Venus retrograding there. You could be dealing with quite difficult individuals, or you could have, you know, Capricorn, sometimes when I see justice and the 3 of Swords there, you could just be dealing with a very harsh conversation. There could be somebody in your workplace that sort of rubs you the wrong way, or gives you a, I guess, kind of a telling off, possibly. And I think it may rattle you. If it's not romantic, I think this is work. Someone may accuse you of not putting in enough work, not putting in enough hours, and that's strange because that's not really, you know, a Capricorn thing to do. But I do feel like there's a challenging relationship, and for some of you it's work, for some of you it's friends, and for some of you it's partner. But there is a challenge coming to the fore. Very common with Venus when it's about to go direct, because the things that weren't dealt with will have to be dealt with before Venus goes direct. You know, I do think with the 10 of Swords here, You have to be careful about how you communicate, Capricorn. As I say, Mercury's going to go retrograde. Just be mindful that you could say things this month you don't mean. Or you could say them to an extreme nature that you, again, don't intend. And the cards sort of want you to know that if you challenge somebody too much, because you may not have any actual basis in challenging this person, or you may, it depends on the situation, so you'll know, but you could end up ending a relationship because of your words, or possibly even their words. There just seems to be a warning here that your communication will be everything this month, and you have to have a greater understanding of where it is that you're coming from. Do you know what I mean? Because with the Lovers and the challenge, that's quite clearly Venus. You're not necessarily coming across as you were. Now, Venus and Libra retrograded energy is tough because Venus rules Libra. And Libra and Capricorn are both cardinal signs, so going in different directions to some extent. Do you know what I'm saying? I just sort of seem... I sort of feel like this Ten of Swords is avoidable. That's what I want to say. You know what I mean? I think this is avoidable. But I think it's also something that's very, very life-changing. Yeah, this could be somebody from the past, or this could be an old friend. Yeah, there's a deadlock between the two of you, which is interesting. The High Priestess, Six of Wands. It's, yeah, Ace of Pentacles. It's not in your favor to challenge people too much this month, Capricorn, because the Six of Wands, the victory card, is in your challenge position. High Priestess is in your positive position, so you have an opportunity posed to you that looks like a difficulty. And within that opportunity, it's testing your faith and it is testing your patience. This could be multiple scenarios, of course, and it'll differ depending on who is who. Always check out your moon and rising sign as well. But there seems to be some level of disagreement, which could either go two ways. It could either result in a Ten of Swords. What was underneath? The Fool. There is, to an extent, a new beginning and an ending all in one to some extent here. Ten of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. You may be dealing with inheritance issues also. Ace of Pentacles can sometimes signify inheritance, particularly with the Ten of Swords, because, especially actually with Justice here too, I am thinking some of you very well may be dealing with inheritance issues or tax or legal issues. Now, it's interesting, Capricorn, because I do sense with this Ten of Swords, it might possibly come from unnecessary defense, if it's on your end. So it may be that you feel challenged, and it may be that you feel backed into a corner, because you seem to be, this month seems to stir up some sort of intense emotion for you that could possibly be confused to something else. So you might be feeling threatened by a situation or a person that you shouldn't be threatened by. So, for example, this could be just somebody who gets in your head, or a comment, or I don't know, something on social media. Something seems to get in your head, Capricorn, that you start to really concern yourself with. Okay, but the cards kind of suggest if you follow your intuition on this and you really do some soul searching and you make sure you're coming to it from a position of love rather than a position of ego, you'll be fine. You know, the more love that you put into the situation, the better it seems to be. I just think with this Ten of Swords, there is somewhat of an extent where you may fall. It's almost like a fallen soldier because you've been defending yourself against people that didn't actually want to hurt you. Do you know what I'm saying? Or it could be, of course, that you've been fighting for a relationship that had to end. There seems to be some sort of a need to let go in this as well, Capricorn. But I'm actually going to draw a clarifier for the outcome. Because Ten of Swords moments can be incredibly therapeutic. A lot of the time they can signify that you've been holding on to, oh, it's the Page of Swords. It is the harsh words, Capricorn, are not in your favor. Okay, this Page of Swords can be saying a comment that somebody might not take very well. That's what I'm seeing with this. Could be an air sign, or it could be somebody younger. You could be dealing with a Pisces, even a Gemini. But there's quite a lot. There's actually Libra smack bang in the middle as well. There's a lot of signs. I have to say, if you're dealing with a Pisces person because of the High Priestess and the Three of Swords there, I think you could possibly be I don't want to say imagining a threat, but you could be hyper aware of something to an extent it looks like a threat when it's not, because Pisces is in the, the positive position. So are the fellow earth signs as well. The Six of Cups could be a return of somebody else. As a matter of fact, it could be with that Three of Swords there, somebody from your past returns and your current relationship feels challenged. I just sense that there seems to be a degree of jealousy or mistrust. And you need to be very careful of your words, Capricorn, just in case they come across as different. And that is, Mercury retrograde throws everything up into the air. And to come so quickly after Venus, it's literally as if everyone cannot catch a break in terms of communication. I mean, it's been retrogrades for a long time now. Just bear in mind, by December, by birthday season, these retrogrades will have wrapped up. I think whenever your sign takes center stage in December, there will be one retrograde, and I think it'll be Uranus. And I think it's going to be a much more enjoyable period, but retrogrades do let us reassess and wrap up things which we needed to know. So it's not in vain. I sense, Capricorn, you can avoid this Ten of Swords moments by taking the High Priestess approach. Listen to your intuition, listen to your grace, and be very aware of knowing better where you're coming from or what you're trying to say. It is very much like you may say things you don't mean, or there may be a past hurt that comes up. Yeah, sensitivity and a leap of faith. You're becoming increasingly sensitive. Avoid harsh relationships, environments, situations, and chemicals. Anya, you may be dealing with somebody called Anya or Tara. Anya. Leap of faith. Take a risk and put your heart's true desire into action. So you could be dealing, because these are both, I'm looking at these as female names, Tara and Anya, you could be dealing with people that are, with the Six of Cups here, they could be they could go back a long time with you. Friendships, female friendships, acquaintances, family, that type of thing. Could be romantic, could be relationships. But for me, leap of faith is more about putting faith in the person, and sensitivity is being sensitive to the person. You could be dealing with someone who's going through quite a lot. It could be this person who feels very much like they're in a loser state, and you need to be very compassionate to what you say, Capricorn. Just bear in mind that Ten of Swords moments sometimes occur to make us pay attention to what we weren't paying attention to, but I do think a lot of this depends very much on choosing your words with love and compassion, rather than choosing them from, built up anger, past resentments, that type of thing. So, just bear in mind that when Jupiter shifts into Sagittarius, it's going to begin a much more abundant and fun time for all of the signs. And he's a very jovial planet, so make sure you're not getting bogged down on the finer details and the what could go wrong. And maybe taking more time to focus on what you are getting from these relationships that appear to be somewhat challenging this month. So I hope you enjoyed that, Capricorn. Don't forget to check out your moon and rising, and I will see you in December. Bye.